Hi, I'm Farah Nabilah and this is Bizworld. Ambassador and head of the European Union EU delegation to Malaysia, Michaelis Rokas, has commended Malaysia's continuous efforts on sustainability and no deforestation. In his social media post on X, the ambassador said he was delighted to meet Plantation and Commodities Minister Datuk Seri Johari Abdul Ghani again to continue their discussion on the EU Deforestation Regulation EUDR compliance. He also said the EU is committed to working together with the Ministry for the inclusion of smallholders in the supply chains. In a separate post, Datuk Seri Johari said he has met Rokas, who is directly involved in terms of monitoring the EUDR. Mobile network operators MNOs and the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission MCMC are expected to hold a meeting to discuss the mandatory standards for the quality of experience while using the internet. Communications Minister Fahmi Fadzil said this is to ensure that going forward, MNOs are more attuned to the needs, requirements and demands of users in providing fast internet but also better systems. He also said many ASEAN countries are beginning to move away from the idea of mandatory standards for quality of service, but instead looking at mandatory standards for the quality of experience. He added that people pay a lot for the internet service, but when they enter some buildings, there's no 5G network available. The government is optimistic that the trade and investment targets set for this year are achievable despite the ringgit's current depreciation against the US dollar, as many other major fundamentals remain attractive and appealing to global investors. Investment, Trade and Industry Minister Datuk Seri Tengku Zafrul said investors would look at the long-term outlook and fundamentals in making their decisions. He noted that ringgit is one of the major factors, but investors want to see the stability of the ringgit, and he opined Malaysia is within the stable range. He said investments are important for economic growth and currently account for approximately 22% of the national gross domestic product. The minister was met after launching BYD Malaysia's latest electric vehicle mark, BYD Seal. MIDF research expects the ringgit to strengthen later this year when the US Federal Reserve shifts its policy stance to be less hawkish or slightly more dovish. The recent weakening of the ringgit against the US dollar was influenced by the changing market sentiment as recent stronger than expected data releases in the United States led to a review in the timing for rate cuts by the Fed. The research firm said the resilience in the US job market and the broader economy will cause the Fed to maintain the high-for-longer policy stance before embarking on a shift to rate cuts later this year amid expectations for inflation to continue moderating. This is a downside risk to the ringgit outlook as the US dollar will stay strong for an extended period. Bursa Malaysia closed lower today as profit-taking activities continued following the recent rally. At 5 p.m, the FBM KLCI declined 6.91 points to 1,545.49 points. However, market breadth was slightly positive, with 571 gainers against 462 losers, while 494 were unchanged. Rakuten Trade views the profit-taking positively and remains confident in the local market undertone given the continuous inflow of foreign funds. And that's all the time we have for Bizworld. I'm Farah Nabilah. Keep tuning in to TV3.